Group D, Tunisia 1, France nil. The Francophone Derby, one of the games I was looking forward to most in the group stages. And I had a gut feeling Tunisia would get something from this match entering in this tournament, even though I did change my prediction last night and had France winning. But it's not enough in the end for the Eagles, for the Carthage Eagles to come through. They finish on 4 points, which still, congratulations. It's Tunisia's best ever finish in a World Cup group stage, getting 4 points. They finished third, and now they get to say forever that they beat France. So it's a quite bittersweet moment for Tunisia, who were in second place in the live standings temporarily until Australia went ahead in their match against Denmark. But they didn't get the result they needed in that other game. I think for France, notice how I'm talking about the implications of this match rather than the tactical breakdown and all that. I think for France, is it a cause for concern? Not necessarily. It's something to keep an eye on, though, because we knew they were going to switch things up for this match. Many people felt they fielded a B team, maybe even a C team. But I think that France still had the quality to get a win from this game. And I don't quite know exactly what to fully make of this loss because they were already through. But it was still a decent team on paper and a team that I would have expected to at least grinded out a win over Tunisia, even if 1-0. So, you saw guys like Kingsley Coman in here, Jordan Veretout, Axel Diassi. So, some guys that wouldn't be maybe in Deschamps, wouldn't be guaranteed a spot in Deschamps' starting 11 if this was a crunch game against, say, maybe Brazil or Argentina. But it's still a star-studded squad. It's a team that has considerable depth, even though they have a lot of injuries heading into this tourney as defending champions. It's a bit of a letdown because you expect France to get 3 points here because at the end of the day, it's Tunisia. But you also have to give Tunisia credit because they also made 6 changes to their lineup from their previous match against Australia. And I think Jalal Kadri, their manager, he, a little bit too late, but he corrected the error of not starting Wabi Khazri in that last game. Their leader, one of their more prolific goal scorers in Tunisian history, he scored the winning goal, the only goal of the match today. And look what happened. They ran out with the result here, and they came relatively close to getting out of this group. But it's a case of what if. It's a case of what might have been if he got the lineup selections right in that second group game against the Aussies. Many guys that you can say are part of France's B team, they still have dudes that are in the top level with their clubs, and they got the chance to prove that they deserve a spot. And this sort of feels a little bit like a wasted opportunity because if Deschamps is gonna rotate for this match, then anyone who wanted to make a compelling case for a spot in the starting 11, I don't really think anybody on France today made that case. And it's a golden chance with a game to spare in the World Cup. Imagine the luxury of a group stage game where you can afford to do something like that. Tunisia's players, for the meanwhile, they play in the Championnat Tunisie. In the domestic league in Tunisia, they play in Saudi Arabia. They have a couple of guys in the Hungarian league, bottom League One teams, and not to mention the fact that the stars of this team play a good portion of the second half. So say what you want, but they beat the world champions and they go out with their heads held high. Viva la Tunisie! I mean, Ana Anis Tunis Mabruk. On the 4 points, you get to say you beat France, though. I think maybe Jalal Kadri wisened up just one match too late, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because you don't want to have to advance needing the result of another game going your way, but that was the case. I don't necessarily give France a pass here because I think just looking at the overall depth of their squad, Chouameni, Kamavinga, Coman, those three of which started today in this game. You should be beating Tunisia, a team that doesn't score very many goals as is. But Wabi Kazri's goal, it was great. It was good. It was good build-up play, lovely footwork. I think he dribbled around two or three French defenders. So Tunisia gets to leave with some points and another victory for Africa, and one they'll always remember certainly in their footballing history.